I am not forgotten. Yes, hi guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you know, yeah, I'm by the names Sabatakula Daniel. Today I'm going to take you through what we call information literacy. Information literacy. As all of you know, information literacy is something, bro, that we all need because it's one of the bases of information. How do you achieve information? How to able to locate information? We're going to see those words: how to locate information, the sources of information, how to present your information. Now, what is information literacy? Yeah, I told you it forms a basis for lifelong learning, as you all know. It forms a basis for lifelong learning. Now, what is it? Is the ability to locate. What do we locate? We locate information. We locate the sources of information, right? Sources of information to use. Okay? So how do you locate them? This is something, but as you know, information what? Literacy. Ability to locate information. Then we go evaluate. You evaluate what you have located. After you evaluate the sources, you find the appropriate sources to use, you evaluate them. And in that, then you go and use information effectively and efficiently. It is effectively and efficiently. You understand? So that is what we call information literacy. Now, how do I and you information literacy? What are we going to use information literacy for? What an information individual is able to do. One, determine the extent of information needed. Is able to determine the extent of information needed. So maybe he has a certain topic he's going to deal with, and wants information. He has to be able to determine the extent of information needed. Then we go to access the needed information effectively and efficiently. Then we go evaluate information and its sources critically. Then use information effectively to accomplish specific purpose. Yeah, then how me and you will use information literacy skills. How me and you use it. Identify information needs and determine extent of information needed. I think one of the keys is to identify information what needs. Identify, to identify information needed. Also, you have to clearly, hmm, yeah. Then the next thing is to what? To locate and retrieve appropriate sources of information. And here in this we have to understand how what sources are you going to use. Hmm? You have to understand the sources. You have to understand and you have to know how to use some things like to locate for information. For example, you have to know how to use the indexes of certain books. This is a way of locating what? Information from appropriate what? Sources. Then we have what we call evaluate information and its sources critically. Said critically. You have to be able to evaluate information and its sources critically. You have to be able to understand the different sources, the different types of sources of information, and how to use them effectively. Eh? How to use them. You understand? Then we go to the next. So the next is synthesize the information retrieved. How do you synthesize the information? What? Retrieved. You have to know how to synthesize that information retrieved. You have to be able to integrate it. As you integrate it to basing on the information needed, so that you can be able to, when you integrate it, that means you're going to be able to use it to the current situations, what the problem you are dealing with. Why are you looking for that type of information? For example, here, like the information retrieved. For example, when I know the information maybe of the weather last year, then I'll be able to use that to predict to predict how the weather will be now currently based on the last year's report I got. That is from that source. From that information I retrieved. That means I'm able to access to the best to this information present now. Now, to present this newly acquired knowledge so that others can understand, can use it, or can understand it. How do you have to present it? First, you have to know whom are you presenting to. Because presentation is a criteria. You should know whom am I presenting to, how to present that information. That is how you present it so that others can understand it based on the information you retrieved and located. Then lastly is to translate. Lastly is to translate. Should be able to translate these abilities and concepts to the new projects and disciplines. You translate them so that others all can understand. So this is the basis of information literacy. When we talk about this, you should know these key things: identify, locate, evaluate, synthesize, present, and translate. If you understand that basis, then you're able to know the importance of information literacy, how me and you should use it. So I advise everyone to follow me for more, that you'll be able to understand more about the information literacy. Yeah. Thank you, guys.